Hello everybody, welcome to the inaugural and probably only episode of Poorly Cooking with Argent. So, today we're going to be making my lunch for the next month. What I used to do is I used to just bring a sandwich, a yogurt, a piece of fruit or something every day for lunch. But I was thinking to myself, you know what, I can make something better than this. I'll just make a whole bunch of it at once, so I don't have to do it every night. So the idea I came up with is I'm just going to make an immense amount of something. Mix it with, I have a couple different variants of this. There's a curry one, there's a pad thai one, there's a sweet and sour one. There is a kind of white sauce one, like Alfredo and chicken. And there is a chicken sausage gumbo one. So I have a couple different ones, and I will mix it with either pasta or rice or something like that, and freeze it in containers and put it in my freezer. And in the morning, I can just kind of grab it and throw it in. And the idea was so I could start eating more vegetables and more fiber in my diet, and just try to kind of have a more balanced diet on the whole. Now, this probably falls into the category of what I like to call nutritious food, which is not the same as healthy food. Nutritious in the sense that it has a lot of nutritional value to it. It probably has too much, I don't know, fat or carbs or whatever, but it at least has all the right stuff in it. Okay, so let's see what we have here. So this is going to be I haven't figured out what you call this kind of thing, so I don't know if anyone else creates something quite like this. This is going to be kind of an extremely thick cross between a sauce and a stew, where we're just going to chop all this stuff up and then slow cook it for, I normally do it 3 or 4 hours, and then I'll get some rotini, and I'll cook the rotini up, and I'll put a scoop of that in, and then a scoop of this in, and then I got a big thing of cheese, and I'll mix that together and put that in as well. And then that is going to be the meal for the next month. So, what are we going to put in? I find with, kind of the more Italian ones, you don't really need a pre-made sauce. I do use one for curry or sweet and sour sauce. Although I probably could make it myself, but I just find it tastes better. So we're going to use, obviously, some tomatoes. Crushed tomatoes, diced tomatoes. I suppose I could, maybe some of the stuff I could get fresh. It's just if you live on your own, and I have to order groceries, just because I don't have a car at the moment. So, I kind of need it to be canned or freezable. So, we got that. I really like putting lentils now in pretty much everything. When meat prices started to go through the roof, and I know I have a lot of meat there, but I just started putting beans in a lot of stuff because it adds a lot of protein and fiber, and it's inexpensive. And I actually found that lentils are really good in a lot of things. I put it in my curry. It doesn't really have a taste. It has kind of a pleasant, I guess kind of slightly savory. It just kind of absorbs whatever it's cooked in. So it's actually really nice. And I mean, if you look at, I don't know if you can see this. Probably not. It has a lot. There's a lot of fiber and protein. So we're going to go with that. I'll probably use 2 cans of lentils because I like lentils. With this type, I like the white kidney beans I find are good. Or cannellini beans or whatever they're called. I find that this, if you cook it for a while, just kind of dissolves into the sauce. And kind of becomes almost like a liquid. And it just, once again, it adds a very nice kind of, I like the texture of kidney beans a lot. And it adds a little bit of savoriness to it. So we got that. We got curly parsley. Parsley is something I started kind of using almost like a vegetable. It holds up pretty well over long cooking, and it just adds kind of a nice fresh taste to it. I can't eat cilantro myself. I'm one of those people who has a very negative reaction to it. So there's that. We have green onions because I like green onions. I ordered a bigger thing of basil, but they gave me this, so I guess they were out of the bigger one. I got some, I think this is Swiss chard. And I was just looking up what else I could add in that I don't normally add in, and this was recommended to me. I think that's Swiss chard. Or it's some other, like, cuneiform vegetable. So I'm going to try this. I don't normally add that in, but it looks like it should be good. Once again, it's just living on my own. It can be hard to just have a whole bunch of, like, fresh fruits and vegetables around all the time. So I often will just kind of get, like, frozen ones. So this is peppers and onions. I've looked it up. Frozen vegetables don't have actually less nutritional value than fresh ones. In some ways, they can kind of be better because they're frozen when they're ripe, whereas with some of the fresher ones, they're picked while they're still kind of immature. But I always find it works pretty good. Obviously, with stuff like parsley or kind of more cuneiform vegetables or whatever they're called, you'll want those to be fresh. Okay, so meat. I've tried a couple different things with these. I used to make this just with ground beef. I find though, like for this kind of like tomato-based sauce, I like something a bit more savory. So I have the majority of this is going to be the ground beef and pork mix. And then that was on sale, so I just figured I'd get some ground Italian sausage. That might work well. And I just got a little bit extra pork. So, the pork I just find works better. Once again, it's just richer. I guess the other thing. So I had ordered, like, milder peppers. I think it was Anaheim peppers I was going to throw in. They gave me jalapeno peppers. I'll probably just cut up one or two. I didn't really want to put them in, but I don't know. One or two would probably be fine. I don't mind jalapenos in general. I don't really have a high tolerance for spice, but they should be pretty good. Just don't put in too much of them. So that is the basis of what we're going to make this out of. So we could do this in some sort of like civilized fashion where I like brown the meat. But I honestly have just found just throwing everything in and just slow cooking it for a couple hours works perfectly fine. It comes up looking like a bit of a mush, but it is a delicious mush. Honestly, it smells really good. It tastes really good. Even if it maybe is not the most aesthetically presenting thing. And it has a lot of vitamins. Like, once again, even if this is made in kind of a mad scientist sort of way, I mean, we have decent ingredients here. Vegetables, fruit, beans, meat. So let's just get to it, and we'll start the preparation. Okay, so we'll get started with the actual prep. Just something I forgot to mention. So I like to use, for this particular one, rigatoni. It's just kind of a nice, thick, substantial pasta that holds up well to long cooking. I do cook the pasta separately. Also, just the sauce adheres very well to it because it has the ridges, and then because it has the holes in it, it kind of like stuffs itself. So I'll be doing some rigatoni later, and we'll be showing you that when that's done. So let's start off. Okay, so we got our white kidney beans. So I know there's a couple different schools of thought on this. Some people say that you should drain the liquid in these. I used to do that, but I actually just put it all in at this point in time. I just find that if I'm going to be cooking it for a long time, I need a little bit of extra liquid. And once again, it just kind of adds a nice bit of a savory flavor to it. Okay, so let's see here. Let's throw in the lentils. One can. Rain is going completely nuts. I don't know if she she can tell when I'm like recording or something, and that's why she's just running around like a crazy kitty. Like whenever I start filming something, she can be completely tired, just sleep the whole day. Maybe it's because I'm talking. I don't know. There we go. Okay, so we got that in. Let's see what's next on the list. Why don't we do the parsley and basil? The parsley next. Or, I'll do the diced tomatoes next. Because why not? Once again, this is all going to go in at the same time. I tried doing it separately. I don't really find it matters. It just gets a little bit mushier this way, but I kind of don't mind that. Let's see. Okay, so we have that in. I'll put in the meat next. So this isn't frozen, so I'm going to kind of throw this in as is. Let me just grab a knife. Or a couple knives. Oh. What would this be? Argent experiences bugged cooking mechanics? I don't know. Anyway, so I'll just throw that in. There we go. And we will take the... Curious to see how this is. I haven't actually gotten ground sausage before. When I'm doing my sausage chicken gumbo, what I've done is I've got in like a jumbo pack of breakfast sausages, and I've cooked those in my air fryer and then mashed them up. And then chopped them up and used that. And that actually seems to work pretty well. Just that with chicken. Once again, it's an Argent gumbo, so it's not exactly the Cajuns would probably be horrified for it, but it seems to work. The sausage and chicken actually works really nice together. Just kind of like the saltiness and the richness of the sausage goes really well with kind of the leanness of the chicken. Okay, so we got that in. Let's chop up the parsley next. Yeah, parsley is really nice. I use it. I just started using it in a lot of things. Once again, it just adds a really nice fresh taste. It's also really good when I've made a bean salad to just chop it up. A lot of people use it as like an herb, but I find it's good as a vegetable. So let's just chop this up. Also adds a nice little bit of color, so. Okay, there you go. Let me just throw these stems out. That smells really nice. It's a very strong, almost kind of like minty flavor to it, or I guess scent. Okay, let's chop up our sad little thing of basil. Is it basil or basil or I don't know. One of the two. Maybe it's different in the US and Canada. Oh, that is kind of sad. Oh well, it's enough. It's enough to add something. Last time I got a bigger package. See, I order my groceries, so sometimes they do substitutions, and they did one here, unfortunately. So, but we'll go ahead and do that. It does add a nice little kind of kick to it. And people might say, "Oh, Argent, you're throwing a whole bunch of different flavors in." Well, that's true, but variety is the spice of life and the spice of my culinary abominations. I don't know. Maybe I'm being a little hard on myself. It's definitely worse things you can eat. Once again, it does ensure that I'm eating vegetables and meat every day. Okay, what's next on the list? Let's throw the onion and pepper mixing. I need to get like one of those knives that like Steve MRE himself has. Okay, throw that in. Throw that in. Okay. And that's filling up quite quick, which is nice because we only have like 1 or 2 ingredients left to add. So let's do the green onions next. Something they just put in just because I like them. I don't know if it necessarily goes with them, but I just like green onions. Always have. Just kind of a nice, like, mild flavor to them. Okay, so let's cut the tips off. Okay. Cut the tips off. There we go. Throw that out. And I'll take a sip of coffee. I am drinking Nabob, which is a Canadian blend, I think. It's quite good. I like it. It's what I normally buy these days. I moved up from Folgers and Maxwell House or whatever that was. Kirkland is also pretty good if you can get it. Once again, as with everything Kirkland, it's like good quality, unpretentious. I'm not really that big of like a specific type of coffee guy. But I like Kicking Horse too. If I'm going to get something a little bit better, I guess, I get Kicking Horse. But once again, as you made, I kind of have pleb taste in a lot of this stuff. So, okay, let's cut this up. Just chop it up. And yes, if people ask, I am having trouble with my my nails. My doctor is working on that. We're doing some tests, so hopefully that can get taken care of sooner rather than later. Okay, let's throw this in. In. Oh yeah, I got this Swiss chard or whatever it is. Or no, kale. It's kale, not Swiss chard. I don't know. It's Argent tries it. Failed cruciform, bug cruciform vegetable mechanics. How do I even chop this up? I imagine I just chop it up like anything else. Go. The other thing I tried doing a little while back was Moroccan lamb stew, which kind of came out good and bad. I don't know if it was just the spices I used in it or whatever, but it kind of gave me like indigestion. I might just not be used to lamb. I don't know. I'm not a big lamb guy. I find it kind of weird. I don't know if weird is like a technical term, but I find it weird. So let's see here. Turn that on. And we will start stirring this up a bit. Try to get that all mixed together. For when we start cooking, it's really full now, but it'll boil down. A lot of the ingredients have a lot of water in them, so let's see here. Okay. Just break up that meat. Once again, once it starts to heat up a bit more, it should go better. Hopefully I can get this going before I have to turn the fan on, because the fan's going to make recording really difficult. mean, it smells nice already. It's probably left over from whatever was there before, but it definitely does. I'll do maybe 1 or 2 more scoops. And yeah, we'll take a look at what we have. So that is what it looks like at the moment. It'll blend together. It'll look a bit like a mash by the end, but I don't know. I don't think it looks that bad. I'll cut up like 1 or 2 jalapenos and throw that in as well. As far as spices go, I already have a lot of stuff in there, but I mean, can't go wrong with ground pepper. Which way was Argent tries it bugged pepper mechanics. There we go. And I'll just periodically add that in. Obviously, this is not a lot of ground pepper, considering how big this whole thing is, but it's a start. I generally don't add that much salt in, just because I'm going to be putting cheese on it, and the meat adds some salt. Let's see, what seasoning should we add? We have some. No, paprika wouldn't go in this one. There's some Italian style seasoning. We'll throw some of that in. Well, that's pretty much what I have, minus the oregano. Put some of that in. Oh, the garlic. Oh, wow, I completely forgot about adding garlic in. Oh, that would have been bad. It's like the most important spice. So that in, that's probably fine. Definitely not cinnamon. Probably not chili powder either. Let's see here. Oh no, my garlic's gone bad. Well, that's too bad. Argent tries it bugged garlic mechanics. Let's see here. Do I have some garlic powder? There we go. That's the other question if I can't find. Might not have any actually. Yeah, that's kind of a shame. Some white pepper, so I'll throw some of that in maybe. Let's see here. Yeah, I might actually just not have any garlic. Wow, this is embarrassing. Okay, I have this roasted garlic and herb mix, so I can like throw some of that in, and that'll get some garlic. I might have to just run out to the corner store and see if there's some garlic powder I can get. Otherwise, it's going to be a bit rough. So I think that's largely it for the setup. We'll come back a bit later once we're a little further along in cooking. I'm probably going to run out and grab some garlic powder. Because, yeah. A day without garlic powder is like a day without a skateboard. If anyone gets that obscure reference. It's like a Pop-Tart commercial. A day without a Pop-Tart is like a day without a skateboard. Something like that. Okay, well, we'll be back a bit later. First step of Argent's cooking abomination. Okay, so this has been cooking for a couple of hours now. As you can see, the juices have started to come out, well, heavily out. So I'll probably simmer this for another hour or two and try to get some of the liquid done. And then I will add in the crushed tomato, and then it'll be finished. And I'm just starting up the pasta, so we'll get to producing it soon enough. I have to say it smells nice. So, I don't know, if people want to say this is goy slop or whatever, you can say that, but by the time this is over, we're going to have a nutritionally balanced, largely delicious. I still don't know what you would call something like this. A mash, a thick stew, a ragu. I don't really know. I also had added in, I got some garlic powder, so that's been added in. And I added in some eggplant as well. I had forgotten to cut that up on the video. So, yeah, it's smelling nice. Smell the pork and wow, I'm kind of not there today. And the kale and the parsley. So, yeah, as you can see, using the pork, we're getting a nice kind of like rich broth there. But like I said, it's too watery at the moment, so I just have it on medium, and that'll just boil down. And if I just kind of come in and stir it every once in a while, it won't burn. Doesn't make it a little mushy at the end? Yeah, a little bit, but I don't know. I find it turns out pretty well. Let's add some more salt, just because we can. I'm an Anglo, and so like the Anglo style of cooking is everything needs as much salt, pepper, onion, and garlic as possible, and that will somehow make the food better. So it's really simmering away there. So if it doesn't go down enough, I can always scoop some out, but I'd rather just like evaporate the water and kind of keep as much of the like thick broth as possible. But yeah, meat's getting cooked, vegetables are cooked. It smells nice. It just needs the I think the tomato sauce, and then we will add the cheese. And I'm just going to start cooking the rigatoni. Probably have to do like 3 whole things of this. I also put in 2 jalapenos. I don't really want to put in more. One time I put in like 6, and I couldn't even like eat it was just too much for me. So I think 1 or 2 might be enough to just add a little bit of kick, but not enough for really burning. Like I said, I'm not really a spice guy. I can't really handle food that spicy. So, yeah, we're just going to let that cook, and I'll come back when we start whatever the next phase of this is. Alright, it looks like we are finished. So, got my cheese there, got my rigatoni, and this is what we have created. I tried it out. I put a little too much tomato in, so ironically it is kind of tangy. Now, I know that probably does kind of look like slop, and in a sense it probably is, but it is very tasty. Especially once I mix in the pasta and the cheese. This is going to be really good. So I'll show you what I do with this. Let's see. As always, for those of you who have used Tupperware very much in the past, you know how it is. It's always a pain to have to try to find the stuff. So let's see here. Okay. Let's get some rigatoni. That. It sticks together a bit. I made it a bit too early. Okay. Tony in. We will take 2 scoops of this and some cheese. And there we go. Lunch. I'll mix it up once I defrost it. Generally when I mix it, I'm just going to leave it like that for the moment. So there we go. There's one day's lunch. And we're just going to throw that in the freezer and just keep going. Okay. I've kind of collected these from over time. It's kind of a mishmash of different Tupperware containers. So. It's almost kind of like a chili. Maybe that's what it's the most similar to, is some sort of chili. So I'll probably get like 20 servings out of this, maybe? Yeah, there we go. Probably like 20 servings or something like that. So once again, it's about a month. I'll make food like at home, but it's just in the morning or just sometimes during the week I don't want to bother to put everything together. So this is just the easy mode to do it. And I don't know, people at work are often jealous of my lunches, so it's about it. So I'm just going to go through and I'm going to just mix this up. I'm probably going to have to make another couple things of rigatoni to get through all of this. But I don't know. This can take a while. So sometimes I'll do a bit of it and then come back to it later. Oh boy. There we go. There we go. Another day's lunch. So, took me a lot of the day to do this. Just had to simmer it. I wound up having to add some flour to it just because it wasn't simmering down quite enough. Like I said, I think I added too much flour to it. Too much tomato to it, but otherwise it should be fine. Especially once I mix in the cheese and pasta, that'll dilute it a bit. So, that was Poorly Cooking with Argent. I don't know. If people really like this, I guess I can do like chicken sausage gumbo or something, although it's pretty similar. It's just kind of chicken and sausage and some different spices and like celery and stuff like that. But hope people enjoyed the video. Hopefully it didn't gross you out too much. So God bless everybody, and I'll talk to you all again real soon.